Today, thousands of Venezuelans will be asking themselves if this is the day they leave their homes behind in order to survive. Millions have already been forced to make this decision as the country continues to decline. With a devastated economy, inflation has risen a staggering 80,000%. Store shelves remain empty as families go hungry. Hospitals are no longer able to provide basic medical care. Electrical blackouts and water and gas shortages have become a common reality. Desperation has birthed violence, and as the nation's condition worsens, so does the condition of its people. Yet so many remain resilient. This resilience is fueled by hope, and the Colombian church is working together to keep this hope alive. From ground zero to the seemingly unending stretches of highways and roads, and in the at-risk settlement communities, the church is present and has accepted God's call to light the way. Each day, the border town of Cúcuta, Colombia, sees thousands of Venezuelan refugees make the crossing into Colombia. Here, the local church opens its doors to everyone and remains committed to assisting wherever and whenever possible.
Among themselves, they have to survive. They steal from each other. They lie to each other. There is a lot of mental effects in their thoughts. There is a lot of damage and trauma that affects them a lot. I think around 1,000 people weekly are benefited by our program.
Some displaced Venezuelans walk up to 1,500 kilometers in search of a better life. 55 kilometers from Cúcuta is this roadside ministry, Hope Tent.
We provide food, something that can provide them with energy to continue their journey. We have filtered water, all the water they need, but also something very important is that we wash their feet. So when we wash their feet, we talk with them. We preach to them. We tell them about Jesus, and as well we check their wounds, their sores, so they can continue with their journey because the journey is very long.
Many Venezuelans who make their way to the city of Barranquilla end up staying and forming settlement communities like Villa Caracas. But the reality is there are many factors that still affect their sense of settlement and safety. Despite harsh living conditions, families are determined to survive and develop a sense of home in the community.
Jesus said, if you did this to these little ones, if they were hungry, you gave them food. If they were thirsty, you gave them water. Now it's happening. This is the chance to help. This is the chance to be real brothers and sisters, the real church.
This Christmas season, we're coming together as a church family to support the work of the Colombian church. We're raising funds to support the feeding programs, medical care services, children's education, and trauma counseling. As we celebrate the true light that gives hope to everyone, we're standing with the Colombian church to be a light in the darkness for the displaced people of Venezuela.